It's good to see so many of you from different parts of the world. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jessica Cox and I work at Cambridge English Language Assessment. We're a not-for-profit department of the University of Cambridge that produces English language proficiency tests. Over 4 million people a year take our exams all over the world for study, work and migration purposes. Over the next 30 minutes, I'll be talking about how you can get ready for your Cambridge English Advanced or CAE exam. I'll start with some information about CAE and then we'll look at how preparing for the exam helps you develop the English language skills you need for success. We'll look at what's in the exam so that you're familiar with the format. I'll then show you some great practice materials that will help you prepare for your test. I'll also give you some learning tips and we'll try a couple of fun English quizzes. It's natural to be nervous when you take an exam, so I'll tell you what to expect on exam day, which I hope will help you relax a little bit. Finally, Pippa will show you what your CAE results will look like. At the end of the session, there'll be some time for you to ask questions. I'll try and answer as many as I can in the time available. Okay, I'd like to start by asking you a question. When are you taking your CAE exam? Choose the letter A, B, C or D that matches your situation and use the poll facility to click on the blue letter that Pippa showed you earlier. Okay, the answers are coming in now. Right, it looks like a lot of you have chosen B in December this year and some of you have selected D. I haven't registered yet. Some of you in November this year, wow. And a few of you next year. Well, that's great. So, let's look at why Cambridge English Advanced is a great choice. CAE is a high-quality, secure, international English language exam that is suitable for study and work purposes. Some English proficiency tests are thermometer tests. That means they cover a wide range of levels, as you can see by the gold bar in the diagram. In comparison, CAE is a focused and in-depth test which concentrates specifically on level C1 of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR, on the diagram, or an IELTS band score of 6.5 to 8.0. Level C1 is an advanced level that is required by universities and colleges around the world. Because the test questions are focused at this level, it provides a comprehensive assessment of whether you have all the language skills required at this level. CAE is an internationally accepted exam that can help you prove to colleges and universities that you have the right levels of language ability to study in English, whether at home or abroad. You can also use it to apply for visas to work or study in countries such as the UK and Australia. CAE can also help you show employers that you can use English in demanding international business situations. CAE is accepted by over 3,500 universities, employers and governments around the world. Use the web address that you can see on the slide to search the full list of institutions that accept CAE. Let's look at how preparing for the CAE exam can help you develop your English language skills. Preparing for the CAE exam helps you develop the high-level English skills you need for success. This is because CAE is a high-level test focused at level C1. Preparing for CAE encourages a really positive learning experience, helping you improve your English rather than just learning how to pass an exam. As well as the 4 core skills of listening, reading, writing and speaking, CAE has a paper that focuses on grammar and vocabulary. Preparing for this part of the exam means you'll understand the language and be able to use it correctly. We'll talk about the exam papers a bit later. Test questions are based on real-life situations. For example, the speaking test is face-to-face and in paired format, which is a more realistic way to show your skills. As the CAE exam is targeted at a single level, that's level C1, preparation materials and preparation classes are also focused at this level. This means that students in a CAE preparation class should all be at a similar level, and you'll be learning the right skills for this level. Here's another question for you. Are you studying English at the moment? Choose the letter A, B or C that matches your situation and use the poll facility to click on the blue letter. Okay, the results are in. It looks like most of you have selected A. Yes, I'm attending English classes. And some of you have selected B. I'm studying by myself. That's great. Really interesting. It's really important that you're familiar with the format of the exam. So let's take a look at what's in the exam. The CAE exam is a total of 4 hours and 40 minutes and has 5 papers. You take the first 4 papers on the same day. The speaking test can be taken up to a week before the written papers. Each paper carries 20% of the total marks. It covers the communicative language skills, reading, writing, speaking and listening, but also has a use of English section, which is designed to test knowledge of and ability to use grammar and vocabulary. The reading paper includes a range of task types based on different types of text, such as fiction, newspapers and magazines. In the writing paper, you'll be asked to produce 2 different pieces of writing, such as an article, essay, letter, proposal, report and review. The use of English paper includes a variety of exercises that focus on grammar and vocabulary. The listening paper includes a range of task types based on a variety of spoken materials, such as interviews, radio broadcasts, presentations, talks and everyday conversations. A variety of standard accents will be included, for example British, North American and Australian. The speaking test is face-to-face and in paired format. That means you talk with an examiner and 1 or 2 other candidates, not a computer. It includes a range of interactions based on everyday situations. There's a lot more information about each paper on our website. So, to the important part of today's session, exam preparation. There are lots of great materials to help you prepare for the test, both free and to buy. On our website, you'll find free practice materials, including sample papers. You can see the web address at the bottom of the slide. We'll give you the address later too. Cambridge University Press and Cambridge English Language Assessment produce the official preparation materials for Cambridge English Advanced that are available to buy online. These include course books and supplementary materials, as well as printed and online practice tests. If you prefer to learn digitally, then check out the mobile apps for writing, speaking and reading. They're smaller versions of our online practice tests. You get instant feedback and the automatic scoring helps you learn more about your strengths and weaknesses. You can post your scores on Facebook as you progress and like your friends' scores to show support. By using the apps, you'll go into the exam feeling well prepared. Another great online preparation tool is the online speaking practice for Cambridge English Advanced. It helps improve your speaking skills, knowledge and exam technique. You'll be able to experience a real Cambridge English examiner asking you questions by video, record your answers up to 10 times, compare your recordings with sample answers, and share your favourite recordings with your teachers and friends. You can see the web addresses for each item at the bottom of the slide. I'll give you a minute to write those down. Okay, time for another question. How often do you use social media? Use the poll facility to click on the blue letter that best matches your situation. Okay, some of you are using the chat box. I can see quite a lot of A's coming through. A couple of C's. Okay, the results are in. Yep, it looks like almost half of you, 42% of you have chosen A every day, and 10% have chosen about 3 times a week. That's really interesting. So, which social media sites do you use the most? Facebook, YouTube? Are there other social media platforms in your country? Type your answer in the chat box. Okay, everyone's typing really quickly. Facebook, vk.com, that's in Russia, isn't it? Some YouTube, Twitter, another vk.com, Google+, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, looks like Facebook and YouTube are the most popular. For those of you that use Facebook, why not join us on Cambridge English, on the Cambridge English Advanced Facebook page? I know that Pippa mentioned it earlier, and one of you had actually typed up the address, but you can see the address on the slide. To date, there are over 200,000 fans. Most fans are students, but there are some English teachers too. We post English quizzes and exam tips, and it's a great place to talk with other learners of English. We also hold live Ask the Expert sessions, where you can ask one of our Cambridge CAE experts questions about the different parts of the test. Some of you said you use YouTube. Well, we also have a YouTube channel called Cambridge English TV. You'll find some videos about CAE, as well as a series of videos with tips for learning English. It's a great place to learn more about the exam and how to prepare, and we'll give you the address at the end of the presentation. So, let's take a look at some learning tips to help you get the most out of your exam preparation. This is the kind of information we post regularly on the CAE Facebook page, so join us if you want more. Here's a tip for the reading paper. Practice your reading skills by reading a wide range of materials such as books, newspapers, magazines and reports. Make a note of any useful expressions from the text. It's also a great idea to keep a notebook to write down all of the new words and expressions you learn, and try to use English only in your notebook. Does anyone have any other tips for improving reading skills? We'd love to hear your ideas, so type them in the chat box. Someone has said music, yeah, read the news, listen to the news. Stickers with new words in my kitchen, that's a good idea. Read every possible banner, notice, etc. Words from songs. Flirt with English girls, that's interesting. Movies, great, some good ideas there. Okay, so let's look at the writing paper. Here's a tip. Practice your writing skills by completing timed essays. Always check after completing a task that you've addressed the question fully and no important details are missing. Does anyone else have another tip? Write yours in the chat box. Okay, someone has written emails, letters, essays, good. Mail friends. Very important to know the target reader, that's a good point. Turn off spell check. Haha, that's good. English forums. Try to write formal letters. Read the sample answers. Keep a diary. Yeah, some really great ideas there. Thank you for sharing. Some people get really nervous when they think about the listening test. Try not to worry too much. Here's something you can do every day to help improve your listening skills. Listen to the radio or podcasts in English. Skype with English-speaking friends. Listen to music and watch movies in English. Do you watch TV in English? What's your favourite English TV show? Tell us in the chat box. I know we had someone earlier say they were a Doctor Who fan. Okay, Office, The Office Friends, Sherlock, Downton Abbey, lots of ideas coming through. Gossip Girl, Vampire Diaries, Big Bang Theory. Brilliant. Misfits, The Americans, panel shows. That's brilliant, so many ideas there. Looks like you spend a long time watching TV. In some countries, TV programs in another language are dubbed. That means the original language is replaced by voice actors speaking in the local language. In other countries, the local language appears as subtitles at the bottom of the screen. I'd like to know if English language TV shows are dubbed in your country. Choose A, B or C and use the poll facility to click on the blue letter. Don't forget to use the poll facility if you can. We've got a few answers coming through in the chat box. It looks like in Spain, English language programs are dubbed. Justin says he hates fake voices. Okay, the results are in. Okay, 26% of you say that TV shows are dubbed in your country. And 17% say no. That's really interesting. The best way to practice your listening is to watch the original English language version if you can, without looking at the subtitles. Okay, another part of the test that many people get nervous about is the speaking test. Again, try to stay calm and relaxed if you can. Practice speaking in English whenever you can. Speak English to friends or teachers, join an English-speaking club and learn from English-speaking movies or television. Okay, and now I want to hear your ideas. Let us know in the chat box if you have any other tips. Talk to yourself. That's an interesting one. Find a phone pal. Talk with natives. Songs in English, that's good. Oh, someone has said they'd talk to your pet in English. That's a really good idea. Exchange students, call a relative singing. Repeat after the actors on TV. That's a really good idea. Some fantastic ideas. Pretend you're talking to the Queen. Wow, that's a good one. Brilliant. Thank you for sharing. So let's try some English quizzes from the CAE Facebook page. This quiz is on prepositions. On the left you have the verb agree, and along the top you have some prepositions: about, after, for, of and on. The tick mark shows which prepositions go with the verb agree. You can see that about and on are correct. So here's one for you to try. Use the star mark, the pointer that Pippa showed you earlier, to choose which prepositions go with the verb ask. Okay, lots of ideas coming through. I'll give you a few more seconds to think about that. Okay, I think most of you got that right. The only preposition that doesn't go is on. Well done. So let's look at the next one, care. Use the star mark again to choose the prepositions that go with the verb care. Okay, lots of star marks coming. All right, the answers are care about and care for. So well done, those of you who got it right. And the last one, again, use the star mark to choose the prepositions that go with the verb know. Okay, we've got some smiley faces there as well. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Okay, and the answers are know about and know of. Brilliant, well done, those of you who got it right. Here's another quiz on prepositions. Read the question and then use the polling facility to choose which preposition does not fit from A, B or C. Remember, we're choosing the preposition that does not fit. So question 1, Professor Smith is talking on, of, about the behaviour of chimpanzees this Friday. Which do you think does not fit in this sentence? Okay, the results are in. That's a close one. 24% of you have chosen A and 20% have chosen B. Well, the answer is B. Of doesn't fit with talk. You can say talk on or talk about something or someone. Good job. Okay, here's question 2. So using the polling facility again, choose the preposition which does not fit. So here's the sentence. I'm calling to ask after, about, of Mrs. Johnson on Ward 7. I hope she's making a speedy recovery. Don't forget to use the polling facility if you can. Okay, the results are in. That one's close again, so 27% of you have selected A and 24% have selected C. Well, the answer is of. Of doesn't fit with ask. You can say ask after or ask about someone. Good job, those of you who got it right. Okay, now try question 3 using the polling buttons again. I'm calling to ask... Oh, let's wait for the next question. I don't know about, of, with your passion for model trains. You surprise me. So which preposition doesn't fit? I can see lots of you are typing in the chat box. Let's see what the poll results are. Okay, we've got a clear winner this time. 59% of you have chosen C. Well done. C is correct. With doesn't fit with know. You can say know about or know of something. So great work on prepositions there. Okay, here's another kind of quiz for you, this time on idioms. An idiom is a group of words that make up an expression. The meaning of the expression can't be understood by knowing the meaning of each word. Don't worry, you won't be tested on these in the CAE exam, but students seem to really enjoy learning about idioms on the CAE Facebook page. So let's look at some idioms that use colours. In the chat box, write the colour that you think is missing from this sentence. He argued his point until he was in the face. Okay, we've got lots of reds, a blue there, lots more reds, another blue. Seems to be that most of you are choosing red. Well, the answer is blue. He argued his point until he was blue in the face. Well done, a couple of you did say blue. Here's idiom 2. Again, use the chat box and choose the colour that you think is missing. We went out with all our friends from college last night. We had a great time and really painted the town. Okay, what do we think? There's some greens, a purple, blue, lots of colours coming through, bright pink, lots of different colours this time. Maybe this isn't such a popular idiom. The answer is red. We had a great time and really painted the town red. Well done if you got that right. Okay, here's the last one. Tom didn't like that I won first prize. I could see he was with envy. What do you think the missing colour is? Okay, we've got lots of greens coming through. A yellow, a black, a white. Quite a lot of greens coming through. And the answer is green. I could see he was green with envy. Well done. Most of you got that right. So now that you've got some ideas for how to prepare for the exam, the next thing to do is make sure you're ready for exam day. On our website you'll find some information about what to expect on exam day for paper-based and computer-based tests. On the screen you can see tips for the paper-based test. It's really important that you look at these before test day. It tells you what you need to bring to the test centre and other really useful information. So before the exam, check the date, time and address of your exam. It's a really good idea to check how long it will take you to travel to the exam and make sure you get there a bit early. Things to bring to the exam. You must bring your identification, for example your passport, and pens and pencils. You can't bring food or drink, and you'll need to leave your phone or other electronic devices as well as your bag away from your desk. During the exam, don't bring bags, phones or other devices to your desk. Listen carefully to instructions and make sure you follow them. Don't talk to other people and raise your hand to ask for help during the exam. At the end of each paper, the invigilator will tell you to stop writing. You must stop immediately. Give all papers to the invigilator and stay in your seat until you're given permission to leave the room. I'm now going to pass you over to Pippa, who'll talk to you about CAE results.
Thanks, Jessica. Okay, this is Pippa back again. I'm just on audio, so there's no video for a few minutes. Okay, successful candidates receive 2 documents, a certificate and a statement of results. All candidates receive a statement of results which has 3 important bits of information on it. Firstly, the score. This is the score for the whole exam across all 5 papers, reading, writing, listening, use of English and speaking. And it's shown as a number on a scale from 0 to 100. Next, the result. All candidates are awarded a grade A, B or C, if you pass. These grades are related to the score. For example, if a candidate achieves a score of between 60 and 70, they'd be awarded a grade C. Finally, the candidate profile. This shows candidates how well they performed in each of the papers in the exam on a scale of weak to exceptional. This information can be very useful if you need to demonstrate a particular level in certain language skills. Right, so this is what the certificate looks like. It only shows your grade and not the score out of 100 or the candidate profile, so it's mainly for you to mark your achievement. Results for the computer-based exam are available in 2 weeks, and results for the paper-based exam are available in 4 weeks. The best way to check your results is to sign up for our free online results service, and we'll give you the address at the end of the presentation. With some other English language tests, you might receive your results in less than 2 weeks, but here at Cambridge we want to make sure that the results you get are accurate and reliable, so we carry out sophisticated statistical analysis of the results. If results are issued too quickly, there's a danger that they might be cancelled at a later date, and this could lead to a university or student visa application being rejected. Cambridge English Advanced results are trusted by universities around the world as being reliable. So, when you register for your exam, you're sent a confirmation of entry that contains two numbers, your ID number and a secret number. Use these numbers to register to check your results online for free. The university or college that you apply to may need to check your results as well. All you have to do is give them your ID number and secret number, and they can check via our online service. So, how can you find out more about the exam? On the screen you can see the Cambridge English Advanced web addresses where you'll find lots more information about what's in the exam. You can order preparation materials here as well. Don't forget to join us on Facebook for daily tips and quizzes, and there are loads of useful videos on our YouTube channel. The next web address on the screen is where you can check which institutions accept Cambridge English Advanced. This will help you if you're thinking about studying abroad. And finally, this is the address for the free online results service, and this address is also on the confirmation of entry that you'll receive when you register. I'll now pass you back to Jessica.
Thanks, Pippa. Well, we only have a couple of minutes left, so I'll try and answer a couple of questions if I can. Someone has asked what's the difference between Cambridge English Advanced and IELTS. And as I showed you on one of the slides earlier, IELTS is more of a thermometer test. It covers a range of levels, whereas CAE is targeted at C1 level. Now, Cambridge English Advanced is produced and distributed by Cambridge English Language Assessment, and Cambridge English Language Assessment also produces IELTS. But if you want to a test that's focused at level C1, then Cambridge English Advanced is the test for you. And another question we've had is CAE the right exam if I want to study at university abroad? Well, yes, it is, because level C1 of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages is the level needed to follow an academic course at university level. And because CAE is targeted at level C1, if you're successful at CAE, then you'll be able to prove that you have the skills that you need to attend an academic course. So CAE really is a good choice if you want to study abroad or a course taught in English. Okay, and a final question here. Someone has asked, when will I get my exam results? Now this is really important for you. You've done all the hard work, you've prepared, you've taken the test, you've done your best, and then you're waiting for your results. And as Pippa just said, if you take the computer-based version, your test results should be available in 2 weeks. If you take the paper-based version, then your results should be available in 4 weeks. And the quickest and easiest way to get your results is to sign up for the free online results service, and that was the last web address that Pippa gave you on the screen. And you'll need your ID number and secret number, and that's all you need. Okay, well, I think that's all we have time for today. I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining us, and we wish you success in the future. If you have any other questions or we were unable to answer your question today, please ask us on Facebook and we'll be happy to help. Thanks everyone, and goodbye.